Last season, no a similar mistake. And now, this season they are following. It looks like the same trend. And I had to folk for echo. No last season now, fano. And one of this season, no here. Last season, they started with Samuel Wedu. 3-4 games into the season, almost there be. And also not players ni gu. And then they brought in Slavko Matic. Just a game, I think 2 days before the President's Cup, we saw what happened at Pubima. Almost a ball on a performance ni nko ye. And then you can say they elevated Oklu to you can say an interim coach. And look at they nearly got relegated.
You know Oklu nyadi oh.
Results nearby. You see, it looks like
okay, Oklu one talk one.
And yeah, easy. Something you flow occlusion kasa.
As you know, chamo wano.
Na said na rock go so share.
Okusu boniem.
No. You see, the omoye mistakes before some time. And I say, you see, it worked in that season. They brought Samuel Wedu. Oshe time mobile now. They made a mistake, but at least Samuel Wedu they winning games into they were not seeing what the mistakes they made. It looks like every season they continue with those same mistakes.
His first game was against Wafa.
Yeah, and he won. It ever since Nana as a mistakes no go so heading. Last season, look at the number of coaches a coaching team no. The job changed hands up, I think 3 times last season. And Michelle reports in this statement now. Almost say they sacked him on what? Based on what? Poor performance.
What statement?
The statement is. I just opened the statement.
Yeah, can you read it for us?
I just opened. And yeah. I'm gonna say that's the press statement. 14th November 2023. Right. Heart of Oak Sporting Club PLC.
Right.
Hearts mutually part way with Coach Koopman. Okay. And it reads, Accra Heart of Oak has mutually parted ways with Coach Martin Koopman. This decision forms part of the club's grand aim of restructuring the technical team as we continue with the 2023-24 football season. In the interim, current assistant coach Abdulrahim Bashiru has been mandated to take charge as the acting head coach until further notice. The Heart of Oak management is therefore using this opportunity to thank Coach Koopman for his services whilst at the club and wishes him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Heart of Oak mutually part ways with Martinez Koopman.
But did they say poor performance?
It's not stated here. But then obviously, Nana, why will Heart of Oak?
But you claimed it was poor performance.
And I make a say.
But it's not in the statement.
Yeah, it's not in the statement. But why would they sack him?
That's why. If it's for mutual reasons.
Yes.
It could be say Papa no could be on Tiapo.
Sunday who you say again no number and I know only with him covered.
And they will be.
Now if it is Sunday Baha. Maybe in the house for Munya Boche.
And I'm going to come is
it was on Monday. Yeah. He was there.
Okay, thank you. Right.
It was there. He was there. You see, and Michelle.
Obviously, take me a last supper.
And then last supper. Say, you may number, but no name. Yes, I could come go. Nana, Heart of Oak are making a big mistake. I keep saying this. And they should be very, very careful with the way they go about things because this thing gradually is becoming a norm. Say, every season we will recruit players before we bring in what? A substantive coach. If it worked with Samuel Wedu, doesn't mean that it's going to work with every coach. Because for 2 seasons running, it's been the same what? Issues with them. The problem hasn't changed. Now, let's look at Heart of Oak. I've gotten the chance to be in commentary position, I think, with you and also with Prince Anand. Heart of Oak games. Nana, they are not playing poorly at all. They are not playing, Heart of Oak are not playing poorly. Even the fans will attest to that. Said they are not offshore performance. Nana, performance is one of the best in the league.
Has he?
Nana, Bono. Their performances, see, is one of the best in the league. No, you see, that's the difference. Sometimes, coaches look at games from 2 angles: the performance angle and the result angle.
But what does Heart of Oak need?
That's the question. Nana, they can boast of the best defense in the league. Arguably. Share clean sheet on keeping up in 5 games, in 10 games, they've kept 5 clean sheets. They are the only team yet to concede more than 1 goal in a game this season. It will share the positives. Why don't you just weigh the positives and the negatives? Because Coach Nankasaka said, my players can play football. The coach's performance now, the team's performance now, was better than that under Slavko Matic or Modepamono. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's far better than under Slavko Matic or Modepamono. So why are you not looking at say, if the performances are not that bad, what is wrong with the team? That is the question you need to ask. I don't know why they are always in the rush to sack the coach. I just can't tell why Hearts of Oak are always in the haste. Say, they are your own prayers. Say, you're better coach. They came 51st.
Hearts is a winning club.
No.
Hearts a club. Foundations near win.
Liverpool. They were a winning club in the 80s. Errors do come to an end, but sometimes it takes patience.
Maybe Hearts for money are patient.
No, then they'll always continue to what? To go through such issues.
Did you hear the list I was running through in the last?
So if it is not working,
yes.
So if that is not working, because I'm surprised, if performance won't say goals, the club is not scoring, and that's the reason why they've sacked Koopman. But if it's based on performance, say the ball no to abobo no. Now Hearts of Oak are playing some good football.
The club is not winning games.
They are not winning games because they are not scoring. Because in your last 4 games, what about draw? It means that there's something wrong. But then ask yourself, Nana, is the performance okay? Yeah, ball no sometimes we all know that there's lack in football.
So, Unti, it's a league,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
it's not a preseason.
No, it's not a preseason.
So your performance is irrelevant if it's not bringing you the needed results, because you see, performer it brings you down the league table.
Yes, you said it right. Performer, but then that's why the league is a marathon. Nana, it's not a sprint. No, look at the positive. I've stated the negatives for you. The only negative in that Hearts of Oak team is the fact that they are not scoring. Scoring has become a big problem for them. You've scored 6, you've conceded 5, plus 1, and points here 12 out of 10 games. And yet, yes. But then compare, just oppose these numbers. Put it for numbers, she performance, no, she boys neighbor. Look at how this, see, even without Eso and Nudin, Nana, Great is playing in that role. Sa CMDM role, no, Nana, and is flourishing. This is the coach who has made Hamza score 4 goals. Hamza Ashe 4.
3.5.
4. Hamza Ashe 4. Ashe 1. Yeah, into Ashe 4 goals. Karela Dieno 2 against Mediema. And also Nyoko Shewo Bibieni. Washe 4. So why are you not looking at? Because me, from where I sit, Nana me share positives and negatives now.
And also one show be intimate Hobio.
Let's say we so Kashala share.
And coach is not dream when problem to or man at transfer crowd.
Kashala share.
Oh, that's what he told me. I asked him.
And he said he has maybe he fails.
Has information maybe I call Kashala.
Maybe your officer in Chimu had the debate. Yes. Maybe he's not being focused. But now share Koopman. And the direction are not only Hearts of Oak for Namna. See, it's too early for him to go because Obie, no one saw this coming.
Oh, you are sure?
Who saw this coming?
I know a guy who saw this coming. Kofi Bolasi, you know Bolasi?
No.
You're one of our colleague journalists.
Yeah.
So a lawyer. So Esquire. He said the coach was going to go after 10 matches. He said it a long time ago.
No, they should have been. Because you see, everything happening at the club is just recurring. See, they try to solve it. Now, CBM. Because just last season, Matic, Slavko Matic, by almost no one send be yes, or no ball, no ball, no can and secondly, no results, no. How to fuck 4 years, Pamono, and the Oklu, now it's the same situation here. It's a similar situation. So you ask yourself, say, if you are always blaming the coach, what has changed within the club? Are we always going to recruit players? Now answer Yakofa coach aba. Is that what we are always going to do? Because they say as a only idea omo ye de bia say yempe players near den engu ho. Na coach neba o de omo abeden abe training. But how do you even do that? Nana, I think that they are getting it wrong, sir. And if they don't take it, because now whoever should come in, let's ask ourselves, say, what would they be looking at? Is it a rebuilding phase? Are they trying to rebuild, or whoever comes in will be charged what, or taxed to what, to win the league? Your people money, you see, Uncle winning league, no, and now unbelievable fine football or entertaining fans, no. What will be the main the job description for the person?
Get the team back to winning ways.
And that forms how.
last
season, if that thing would have worked, it would have worked under Matic or even no clue. Nana, and that forms are. So if you see, sometimes what you need, an organization, Nana, what they need is direction.
Has funny direction.
No, from the look of things, it looks like no. So at the end of the year,
has funny direction.
No, there's no direction. With all due respect,
wow,
there's no direction. But what I'm saying is, as a club.
But what do you mean by that?
What I'm saying,
they don't have a direction.
Listen, as a club, what is the project we're undertaking? Are we trying to build a team for the next? Yes, we're a results-oriented team. But are we trying to build a team? I bet we are competing in the next 2-3 years. What are we trying to do? Because Okto, 2 players from even 3 players, Asakem, 2 players from Asakem. That's Kakari and also Evans Adomako. You brought in a player from the Division 1, Kelvin Esibe. These are good players. No one is doubting their quality. You've brought in Ampedu. You've brought in Kashala. Yonde is already there. He's not scoring. So other players, Nana, look at this House of Folk team and tell me one single player the performance improve here under Koopman.
I improve on.
No, let's be honest. Players, no. Look at the way the players are playing. Kosa, Glade last season. Look at Glade now. In the absence of Nudin and even Eso. So you see, Michel Sapon. Look at Esubonting. Salif Ibrahim. Mention the players one after the other. Even the young Hamza.
Winning matches.
They are not scoring. It's not like they're not playing well.
It's not part of the game.
They are not scoring.
Yes,
they are trying to go. Even England, Chelsea are having the same issue. Players in Bogus are. It's not like they are not creating. It's not like they are not creating chances. And even ever since we started Kashala and Hamza, Nana, they've gone close to scoring goals. But just sometimes in away games they concede. They score goals. So if he was sacked,
how much has 6 goals, people?
But they scored goals. Relatively, they've scored goals.
I realize 19 goals.
Season they started, not Mushe goals.
Has a same near Kayo.
Yes, and I make the season they started, you know. Now, Oshom last 5 games. Let's include that game against Bidiama. It's the last 5, no. Now they've scored more goals than the first 5 combined. First 5 from Musha 1. Last 5 from Musha 5. So hasn't there been an improvement? No, something
with just a win.
Just a win. But then within that time, Omo to coin 3. But we know the league where we play. League now here, Bono. That's why even after that 0-0 draw against Heart of Lions, Herman Hesse said it. NCC chairman, he said it. He said, "See, we are content with the draw." He said it.
But they are not winning at home as well.
Yes, in America, say on the last 2 home games, they've picked up 4 points out of a possible 6. Let's look at that. Put things into context. So at least you know where you are headed. And you say, yeah, no, the performance can be BBL. Because in the league season, you need to be what? Consistent with your performance. You can't play and then to win the league. No. In the league season, you need consistency, good performances.
But the ultimate is to score goals.
Yes, but then coach, my players are playing. Gradually, he's beginning to get something right. Nana, he's beginning to. You see, in football, patience, even in Europe, the big clubs have come to understand, say, sometimes patience is key. Even the big clubs know.
The same big clubs can also be ruthless.
Yes, but then at some point, see, our ruthlessness is not bringing anything. Let's be patient. Assuming Arsenal didn't give Arteta the patience, today they won't be contenders. So sometimes patience is very, very important. Nana, team take Fenerbahce. Fans are one of the most passionate fans. For 10 years they've not won the league. And to say no, when this is Neko. So sometimes you need patience because When you stay on top for a long time, Nana, sometimes you forget what to maintain your standard. Team Ben Obeka said they be on your winning league. No. But then how do you what bounce back from those what predicament?
In the last 10 years or more, House of Oak's only brightest year has been the season under Samobodo.
You see?
In the last 10 years.
10 years. They didn't give him, they were not patient with him. Since the initial year 4-5 games, you see sometimes football, there are a lot of things that goes into football. It's not just young winning. See, sometimes Nana, consistent performances is very, very important. Because the more you have good performances, Nana, it's what? It builds the confidence. It builds the confidence of these young players. It's America say, if I look at this team, you can't pinpoint one single player, Nana, who hasn't improved under Koopman. Who? Look at Kosa. Look at the players over there. Esibe. Look at Agbesima. Even Dana Afrani Pobebo, and we saw good signs under Afrani. But some were there last season, it wasn't going well. I've mentioned in case one thing. Salif Ibrahim, your confidence, and then look at the confidence he was playing with. So sometimes it takes time, especially when you are working with what? Young players. They had to be patient. I just felt let's not repeat those mistakes. As a wash, rinse, Noah Hata, wash, it looks like it's the same pattern. Something needs to change. If they want to be patient and build something, because way back, then where's the direction? Is there something we want to achieve in the next 10 years?
So for you, House of Oak lacks direction.
I'm trying to make you understand. And you say they don't know what they are doing. But then football-wise, what are they trying to achieve?
It's the same as lacking direction.
And because football-wise, maybe commercially they have a direction. But ball now to win something, where's the direction?
Oh, okay. Tell me a visionless football-wise.
I can't sing good.
Oh,
synonyms. Synonyms. No, you see, let's be honest. Because I've not been to the stadium. I've had the chance to interact with some fans. Those who come to the stadium. Now, their only problem is that the team is not what? Scoring. By a bad performance, there's no single Hearts of Oak fan or back time say Hearts of Oak are not playing good football. Oh, boy. If you are not Karela, in that trip to Karela, look at how good they played. That's why the fans said there were issues with what? With the pitch. Look at how good they played. And you see, it looks like that's the coach's what? The vision. Say, we will play what? Good football and score goals. And he's got them what? Playing some good football, exciting football. Now the next person who comes, what will he be taxed to do? Obeji League, who we top 4, and now we which one would the next person be what taxed to do? Say league no Obeji, and as Obebo himself with the house Obebo because you know, I just feel say Inter America say Koopman was doing something right. Koopman was doing something right. But say maybe Emre Nana any homano. O share baby ekona. Emre and Omanya mano. And that's why I feel disappointed a bit for the man. Maybe Amaka say, you know, Ghana football will be
think House of Oak could have come good.
Oh, they would have come good. Nana, bono mo bono. So far season we 2 pen we lose.
Na bono enye me no na ehwe bono. Bo be no mo bo mi mi.
No, Nana. So mami bisa o.
Anaya na me no it's different places.
Baby no see enye ehwe bo.
Na say boys mi wo ma me ka chom so mo mo he.
It is from where you sit. Let me ask. It is from where you sit. That's why the fact is yes, you say House of Folk standard. House of Folk. Every game you've commentated on this season, you think they've not played good enough?
They've not impressed me.
Wow.
They've not impressed me.
Wow.
No.
Not at all.
David.
So you don't see any improvement with this House of Folk team. So pass ball no. Wow.
Yeah.
And see, David.
You know what?
Yeah.
These players, by their own standards, they can do much better.
Yes, but then relatively, Inter say, you see, when you just oppose this
and you know what? They know
what they were playing last season.
They know. Obi Junior knows that he's a better player than what he's
But
doing.
he's been on the sidelines for some time now. Okay, Muka, you look rusty.
Why has he been on the sidelines?
Sorry, bra. He's been on the sidelines for some time now.
No, bra.
And then on Friday, we saw when Isobila came on for Lions. We saw Isobila.
Almost some different.
No, make sometimes injured players, you can make special cases for them.
Beyond the injuries, I'm saying that this House of Work setup, they failed to deliver this season.
So is it so good? So the question is this the coach's fault? Because the coach, you can see what the coach is trying to do.
Coach, no one can say any fault.
So maybe he knows because we shit him there, Bobo. See, they are playing. It looks like the way the coach wants them to play. That's exactly how they are playing. The way Heart of Oak for Bobo, you can say yes, there's something good about this team.
But there's a team, coach Bisam said, coach appeared in the first level. Striker woman. Obisam said, born a boy, who striker woman. This is the same thing we are talking about.
Nana, what do we see?
Okay, the message here comes from Onga. He says, you know something, boss, I'm a proud